What up guys, Kevin here with my impressions of Path of Exile 2 on PlayStation 5 in early access just last week. And yes, it is early access. You'll see here in a few minutes. But yeah, coming from the perspective that I am I don't want to say a noob to the genre, but I dip my toes into the genre. You know, it's like hiking to me. The Diablos and games like this, where play a few hours here, a few hours there, but you know, you're not gonna see me being Elon Musk, hanging out at Mar-a-Lago, playing some Diablo 4, being the top player in the world. But you know, I do crave just some good old straight up action. I love action. That's what drew me to this game. Is like it's just action, action, action. Have fun. And as someone who plays JRPGs, where it's a lot of talkie, and the combat is DVD menu screen, selecting, you know, attack or whatever skill. I need this in my life. But is Path of Exile 2 it for me? I mean, so far I'm having fun. I'm having fun. It's one of those funs where I'm like, I don't feel like I'm having fun. Like I want to do something else, but I continue to play it. So it definitely has its claws in me a good bit. But I do feel like, I think I'd rather go back and play Diablo 4. You know, from a more polished perspective. And I know there's a lot of drama about that game. That game sucks. It's the worst game ever, blah, blah, blah. But this game has a certain type of flavor, and I think it has a certain type of audience that it attracts. And I think it attracts people who want to play Diablo 4, but Diablo 4 is not giving it to them. And this is, I don't know, is it a little bit more hardcore? Is it the Dark Souls of these type of games? Oh, this area looks like ass. This area looks like butt on PS5. You can actually go into the settings and change it, the graphical settings, quite a bit, like it's a PC version. But yeah, I was like, ew, ew. This made me want to go back and play Diablo 4. But there's other reasons too. But yeah, it's a fun game. Is it hard? Not yet. Do I die a lot? Yeah, just because, you know, I'm a face tanker. I just go up to people and just whack them off until they die instead of being a little bit more, well, I am here, but being a little bit more careful and try not to die. But yeah, I mean, I've gotten up to this far to level 10. I'm a witch, necromancer. I think that's the class. Conjure up skeletons to do a lot of the bidding for me, even though they die pretty easily. But you got the beautiful Path of Exile, or all the passive abilities you can choose. So I think that is a real draw there. But yeah, there's things I don't like about the game. First off, it is an early access. It looks rough. It definitely needs a little bit more polish. Let's just get the bad out of the way. Slow. I've heard this before, that the game feels a little slow and sluggish. The regular enemies, it's alright, but I definitely feel like it can be a little bit faster. Just a little bit. I'm not looking to zip in across the map, you know, instantly, but there's just some times where I just feel like I'm walking in quicksand. I'm like, like, can I just get over here? It's usually when I get overwhelmed. But yeah, I just feel slow and sluggish, especially during bosses, which I wouldn't say I've struggled with any bosses. I have died a lot to bosses, but I've never felt like it wasn't being fair, or I'd never had a chance. Again, I'm only 7 hours in, I think level 10. I don't know how many bosses, like at least 10 bosses so far. And none of them I felt like hopeless. I never felt like hopeless, or I can't do this, or, you know, I'm going to have to go back and grind. And that's what I'm hearing from reviews, that you have to do it. And I'm sure you will. But so far, I don't have that yet. Once we get to that point where I feel like I have to go grind, maybe then I'll start calling it the Dark Souls or whatever. But yeah, it just feels a little bit slow and sluggish at times. And I'm not saying Diablo 4. Again, I'm not trying to compare it to Diablo 4, but Diablo 4, I think I have the same issue as well, or times are feels a little bit slow, a little bit slower movement than I like. But you know, there's other classes and there's skills and stuff. So I think that's the beauty of this game. I'm getting like some crazy screen tearing here. It's gross. But yeah, it it's definitely something that I just wish I could move a little bit faster. Now the boss, the arenas are pretty small, but there's been quite a few times where the boss will be like off screen, and you know, it's communicating. It's like each boss has like one devastating move that's gonna f you up. That's just gonna instantly kill you. There's one that's like the cemetery. The dude turns into like kind of a big giant monster thing, and he does this one attack that will instantly kill you. And doesn't do it until you get more than halfway down. And for me, it takes, you know, a good minute or two. And then when it does that attack and it instantly kills me because it's off camera and I can't see it telegraphing that move, that's happened quite a few times. And it pisses me the hell off. So I just wish maybe the camera can zoom out maybe a little bit, or just there's just some way I can see what the boss is going to do, if it's going to do an instant kill attack, because that's annoying as hell. That's probably my biggest gripe of the game is just that. Just that. Like, I wanted to throw my controller through the TV. I got down to just about to beat the boss, and he's off screen, and I think I'm all right, full health, and he does its big devastating attack and instantly kill me. And I am pissed. The UI on PlayStation, really small. The UI is very tiny. Maybe there is a way to enlarge it. I looked through the settings, and maybe I either didn't see it, but yeah, the UI needs to be blown up quite a bit. Definitely, I don't like the instances. I don't like I hate that I explored a map and my map is all filled in and everything. All the paths throughout the map is unveiled, and then I'll get loaded into another instance, or it just reloads, and I just lose it all. Like, that sucks. I hate that. I hate it so much. Like, if I uncover the map, keep that shit uncovered. I hate this world where, I mean, it is Path of Exile. It is supposed to be online, but I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't. And I think, doesn't Diablo 4 do the same thing? Or they don't keep a record of everything. That's just a me thing, but I find it annoying. Other than that, yeah, this game is pretty addictive. Now, it is this type of game, dark, broody, you know, medieval, and blood and gore, and I don't know. I used to be into this type of stuff, but I'm just really not. So the story, I guess, is cool, but I'm not really paying attention. Trying to, but I'm like, whatever. Whatever. I'm not playing it for the story. The setting, some really cool locations, but, you know, again, it's dark, it's broody, it's that type of game. And there's other type of games like this, so, you know, I'm not trying to complain about it, but it's just something for me personally where thematically, I'm not vibing with. I'm not vibing with thematically, but everything else I am. The combat's really good. Again, I'm playing a witch. The gems and all that shit, I don't know. I don't know. It told me, all right, pick a skill, do this, do this. It's something where I still need to take a few hours and maybe a few days, maybe a few weeks to research exactly how everything works out. And I got to give it up to Grinding Gear Games for at least getting me to level 10 without having to do any of that shit. It's pretty guided, or they filter a lot of the crap out for the newbies, so you don't pick something that's going to be detrimental to your class. So I can appreciate that. But, you know, I still have the choice as well. It's not like it's telling me, here, pick this one. No, it still gives me quite a few options to select. But, yeah, I'm having fun with it. I'm having fun with it. I don't know if it's my style of, you know, going about things, I guess. Gems. I don't know. Just something about gems is not really wetting my pussy in terms of how I want to go about getting better in the game, collecting gems. I know that's a big thing for people who play Path of Exile and love Path of Exile, but the gems, I'm not really feeling it. I'm really not. Maybe I'm just too new to them, and I don't have that that wowee moment when I do get a new gem or whatever, and really understand what that means and what that does. Because I'm still pretty early in the game, and leveling up the gems and all that. Still new. I'm still new, and I gotta be very forgiving for myself. I can't come out and hate it without giving it maybe quite a few more hours. That being said, not feeling it. Not feeling it. But at its core, it's an isometric game like this where you run around and you do a bunch of cool moves and abilities and take out monsters and whatnot and fight bosses. And that part feels good. And that's really what I asked for out of a game like this. And it's delivering there. What else? Trying to see. Audio, the music is very beautiful. It's awesome. I do wish the environment was a little bit more interactive. Like in Diablo, you can just like roll over the pots and they'll break. Here, it's they get it. A little clay pot will will be in your way and you can't do anything about it. You have to press the X button, at least on PlayStation, to loop the jar for it then to break. And I just wish there was a little bit better interactive environment and stuff like that. Or just something that just makes me feel like it's less, PS3, PS4 and more like next gen. What else there? The loot. Now, I don't have much time to play games, especially play a game like this when I'm playing other games. I need the loot drop, in terms of like getting something better and equipping it. That needs to step the F up. It just does. It just does. And maybe that's where the whole gems thing comes in. Like, who cares about the loot? It's about the gems. I don't know yet, but I played probably like 4 hours today, and I don't think I got anything better, or maybe I did get something better, but I still didn't use it. So the loot's not doing good for me there. But again, I'm still early on in the game. But yeah, I just wish the rate that loot dropped, like good loot dropped, was way better. I understand there's filters in the game. I don't know if it's on PlayStation. I think I saw some option. Again, it's in early access, but I definitely need to turn something on. I hate picking up a bunch of junk, a bunch of stuff that I don't care about. I've gotten better at not picking it up, but I hate that. I really hate that in games. Just useless loot. Useless, meaningless loot, especially loot for stuff that's not my class or not what I'm using. Like, I don't need it. I'm not using a great sword or whatever. I'm not using a bow. I'm just not. So can you just stop dropping it for me? I'm not saying give me something better instead. Just don't give me it at all. But yeah, all right. I'm done here. That is Path of Exile 2. I think I will play it for maybe another week or two, but I'll probably just go back to Diablo 4. And maybe that's what Diablo 4 is. It's for casuals like me. So, but it does make me look forward. I think Titan Quest 2 is coming out, and there's a bunch of other, single player games like this, that are more, casual friendly. I don't like to call myself a casual, but in this genre, and from what I'm seeing online, the people that are really dedicated, yeah, those are people that this game is for. And so far I can appreciate it that it's letting me play it and get up to this point in the game without banging my head against the wall. And without calling it the Dark Souls of ARPGs. But all right, I got to go. Thank you guys so much for watching, though. I'll talk to you later. Later.